that's interesting. I've got a few ideas for this. Testing the limits. How far away can I light it? Okay. I mean, it's pretty sick. I have to try this out on something. Anyway, yep, we got bombs now. I did go all the way back up near the devastation where I had previously found a little bit of sulfur. That was right here. Find a bunch of that out. I probably shouldn't leave that like in my hotbar. I feel like that's a bad idea. Been working on the storage down here. I think I wanted to keep them like 2 apart. So I do need to push this wall back, or we update it a bit, growing a ton of stuff. Right now, my windmill is super backed up. We had amazing winds for a few hours, like it was above 100%. So some did go through, but I have so much spelt backlogged that needs to be ground up. Look at all this. I did put a little bit of extra sulfur in there. All that, plus all this, plus I'm growing more. Oof, really, I guess June's just not a very windy month. I'm gonna have to keep waiting, I guess. Well, we are already almost out of black coal. So I'm gonna have to go mining for some more of that very soon. I did find blue clay. We're good on blue clay. Then as far as the little chute thing, this is the system that I have right now. Not 100% sold on it, but this is what I've got for the moment. So this side is tan crocks, and then this side is dark brown crocks. And so I put them in here, and then they filter down. So you can see this one, this is completely full. And so it's already starting to fill this one up. And obviously this is full too. But I'm able to pull whatever I need from here. So now that I've got this figured out, I'm more excited about multicolored crocks. I am thinking I kind of want to make some other colors. I don't know how much time we have left in this world. So I might just stick with these 2 right now. I do like the idea of color coding foods. I think that would be really awesome. Okay, I've learned from my mistakes. When I don't record my cave dives, I don't find translocators, all right? Just went through a couple caves, no translocators. So I want to go south, okay? We do have this southern trader, and with the knowledge we've gained that we found many translocators near traders, I wanted to try to see if we could find one over here. I'm also using the bomb method to kind of poke around. I am really hoping that bombs don't destroy translocators. That would suck. So I'm just poking around in these caves, blowing stuff up. So far I haven't found anything, but we'll just see if the recording luck pays off again. Looky. Found a translocator. Working on the road south. So I know I do have 3 temporal gears back at base. I'll check. Like that's the bottom. Okay. Just wanted to check since we did find that one that had 2 translocators. Always check right underneath and right above. I'm just gonna real quick show my method for creating a quick in-out for the translocators. So I want to create a water elevator right here. I just took the cords and let me go ahead and just go up a little bit. Woo! And now I need to get out. So if I'm super far down, I'll just find somewhere near, oh my God, somewhere nearby and do a spiral staircase up. But I'm pretty sure I'm close to an exit up here. I'm just going to try to exit. Okay, so now that we're above, we need to hit the coordinates that we outlined. So, fine, and then 33, 43, 33, 40. This is 33, and let's, oops, just double check. Negative 389, 33. Okay, this is where we want. Now, when you're doing a water vader thing, you want to have 2 blocks above wherever you want to come out. It's weird to explain. Okay, hold on. Okay, so in order to easily step out to come up, you want 2 blocks available, all right? That's just going to make your life infinitely easier. Now, let's see. It's only down at 82, so I don't think I need to make any breathing holes, but if I did, I would make breathing holes. Oops, forgot to fill the water bucket back up. That's a critical step. I think it can just go straight down. Now, once we get really close to 82, since we did dig a little bit, we might fall faster than the water. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of like flutter up a little bit. See, to make sure the water gets down before we do so that we don't get hurt. And now there's a nice little down spot, up and down spot. Another thing that I think is very important is to mark your up down spot. This is the easiest way to do it. Just go up a few blocks, all right? And then we'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the road until it gets to about here, and then I'll break off a branching path. And then we will go back home, get the translocators, not the translocators, get the temporal gears and a couple metal parts, and we're going to see where it goes. If this takes me back north, I'm going to be so mad. I want a very southern translocator. All of them have been like going north, or the majority of them have been going north. Let's see what we get. All right, let's mark a color for this. What about this? Ooh, here's an olive. Let's do olive. All right, please be south. Please be south. Please be south. Okay. 10,000? Yeah. Yay! Oh my goodness. This is quite south. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, I'm hoping we see some new types of terrain. Oh my god. I've already got the. I want new seeds. I want new stuff. Oh, mark this before we get too far. We've made it. I am going to pin this while we explore around so I can find my way back. Got a good limestone area, which is nice, but I mean, we've already got chalk, so it's not crazy good. Oh, I was really hoping for like jungles and stuff. Maybe I'm not far enough south for that. But I am hoping for some new seeds. That would be really cool. Like rice. Ooh, wolf. Bro, you don't want to mess with me. Okay. I tried to warn you. I tried to spare your life. Like rice I know exists. I found it in like farmer vessels and stuff. There are a lot of mushrooms here. Wow, look at this. It's like this is a whole biome of limestone. Dang. Ooh. This is sick. Unfortunately, I don't need any of this right now. Oh, I should be prospecting though. That's definitely something I should be doing. Man, everything looks so dry. Orange mellow flower? Yeah, I don't think we have these further north. Rainfall is rare. Really what we're searching for. Ooh, look at that. From your ribcage. How hot it's 31 degrees Celsius. Woo! It is a toasty. Dang. Look at the trees all the way up there. Oh, cactus? Is that a cactus? Whoa! Can you take the cactus? No. Cannot take cactus. Dude, what's this? Feral cactus? Ooh, I can take that though. Oh. See, this is where I thought the bauxite would have been. But it's clearly limestone. Also traders. I haven't seen a trader yet. Ooh, it spawned in like a forest. Looks like that's like some kind of gazelle or something. What kind of tree is this? Mediterranean cypress. Wonder how you get part of this. These look like walnut or larch trees. Okay. And the white of the limestone is like almost white. Okay, here we go. Here's ruins and a trader. These sunflowers? Growing sunflowers? Sunflower seeds? Ooh. Ooh. Alright, this is definitely new. Very excited to grow that. Everything looks like a little faded, like a little sun bleached. Just cabbage. I'd like to buy so many different seeds from you, man. And it does look like there's some more ruins this way. Should I pop down here? It is right beside a trader. Possible translocator? Alright, if we don't get anything else, we got a cactus and we got sunflower seeds. So that's at least something. Sick. More lead. Sweet, sweet. Whoa! That's a lot of brown coal. I am painfully aware of how low I am on arrows at this moment. Got 10. Definitely something that we need to restock on. Try to go this way. I think so. Ooh, 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 ooh. Scary, scary, scary. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. See, I want to hunt it down so it can't surprise me. Oof. Ah! Haha! Ooh, Jewish parts! Although I think I already have this one. There you go. There. But it's okay. Probably need more of them. Alright. We got that. Keep going south. I'm inclined to stay kind of in this foresty area to see if we can find additional plants, but I mean the arid biome is what's new. Oh, I've got so much bony soil. I need to spend some time to just go through and sift all of this. I am curious how cold it's gonna get at night. Is it gonna get freezing at night? Stay warm. Alright, I think we are gonna be heading back now. Head back north. There's gotta be different trees down here too. Ooh, look how pretty that one is. Pretty sure I've got that one. Not sure about that one. I definitely don't have that one. 14 gears. I only have 7 on me. Oh. And a tapestry piece? Ooh. 2 days? Alright. I'm gonna have to try to get back to this guy really quick. How close are you to our port? Pretty close. Alright, so that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I think we can make it back in 2 days. Would have liked to get a new tree variant, but we did get sunflowers. working on making a road from the southern translocator, just like down around here somewhere at the very least, just so I can have easy access back to the translocator. I don't know, I might dig through this mountain as well. Just to make it a little easier, because this is a little bit rough terrain. Anyway, digging through this mountain, I found this beautiful copper ore inside limestone. It's so pretty. I did get a couple of blocks that I'll chisel when I get back home, so that you can just view how pretty they are. But it's like different than native copper. It's just copper, but it's so pretty in limestone. Love this so much. Yeah, something about this game. You want to just collect rocks. I do already a little bit collect rocks. I do have 2 pet rocks I've had for many years. And I also have a chunk of concrete that is a pet. It's pretty great. Just added these and filled up the troughs, and they were all coming over here to eat. It's so cute. And are they going to go sit on the hidden boxes? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Oh my god, this is really cute. I like that they're using little steppy steps, and they come over here for the food when I put the food in, and then the rest of the time they're just kind of chilling. This is great. I love this. This is such a cute little thing. Like, the rest of it's just like gray. I feel like I should like completely change up the whole thing so it's not, the rest of it's not as bland. So I'll have to think about that. I'll have to look up some inspiration and check some stuff out. They do actually sit in the hen boxes. I don't know if that one is gonna sit, or if they're just gonna walk into stuff, just walking into corners. Okay. Very cute. Loving this so much. I've been collecting the eggs and storing them. Okay, it looks like I've been storing them until I get a good amount, I guess a solid dozen. And then we'll cook with them. I want to see if you can cook with cheese, because I've got like 12 wheels of cheese or something. I've got a lot of cheese as well. Oh, this cheese that's ready to go. I'm wondering if you can cook with cheese. See what happens with that. We are currently at 9. We need 3 more eggs, and then we'll make some kind of meal with them. All right, we're trying something for this temporal storm. I've got my steel plate armor on, and we're gonna try to beat up some monsters because I'm low on temporal gears. So my hope is that we can just kind of roll through like this. I do want to target the higher tier ones first if we can. Oh my god, I can't catch. Get them while they're down. Alright, I need to go in to eat and heal a bit. Oh my god, it takes forever in this armor! Just gonna wait for that. Fill up a little bit. Okay. Harvest. Ow! Ooh, this one. Alright, that's good. Go ahead and heal. Where is that bow torn? There's one over there. Didn't go. Nope. 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 Oh. Oh. Even with his armor, it's rough. It is rough. Alright, let's try to go around the back where you are. Just take care of you real quick. There's a shiver. There's 2 Boathorns over here. Can I catch up with them if I run on the paths? Ugh. Maybe I can trap this one. Okay, shiver. That one is playing dead. I don't have speed really to get over there. Oh. Here. Alright, I need to try to lure the Boathorn over here because I literally cannot catch it with this armor. You guys are just tier 1s. While we're heading for this Boathorn, try to heal up. Where are you? There you are. No! Okay, and trap it. Yes! Okay, we've got 1 rusty gear. No temporal gears, though. Right? Any other ones? Try to do that. It's just if I do get a temporal gear, it can show up. Alright, come on. Where is everyone? Did I get them all? Did I get everyone that's inside my base? One? Okay. More spawning now. Pretty sure I saw a Boathorn over here near the left. Yeah, there you are. Bye! There's another Boathorn. Now the question is, can I catch it in this armor? Oh, maybe? Here we go. No temporal gears. Alright, now this one's one we really do need to worry about. And I'm pretty worried about it. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and heal up a little bit. Dodging the Boathorn. Oh, come back, come back! Yes, get stuck. Alright, wasn't there a shiver that went this way? Seems to be waning. Dang. Oh, there's the shiver. Really didn't last quite as long as I thought it would have. I guess now that I want there to be monsters. I hear this tier 4 first. No, it's a tier 2 and a tier 1. I don't know where that tier 1 went, but let's harvest these guys. Nothing. Here you are. Take care of the 3 first. Come here. You have a higher chance of having what I want. Come here. There we go. And then, all right, just clean up. No temporal gears. Okay, so the salted meat finished, and I went ahead and cooked it with parsnips like I did with the rest of the meat that we got from the pigs. I came down here to compare it to this one was the not salted red meat. So this is the red meat and parsnip stew without salted meat. And this one is with salted meat. Once you cook it, it just turns into normal, hefty red meat stew. So once you cook the salted meat, it just turns back into the normal meat. So that's good to know. I am still curious about like leaving it for a long time. Would it turn into something else? I made, oh my god, I just made a bunch of pies as well. I think I only need one crock. Yes. I might have known this. I can't remember, but I like rediscovered it. So if I've got the beeswax and I want to seal this crock, I can just, pick it up with left click, and then I can click on the crock and it'll seal it. You don't have to open the crafting menu. You can just do it like that. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm curious to see if the salted meat turns into like jerky or something else. If you just let it sit, does it turn into vintage beef? I don't know. But that's something we'll have to look into another time. I just harvested breadfruit from the top of this cactus. I want to take this home. How do I take it home? Okay, looks like you cannot take them. So it's kind of like mushrooms where you have to mark them. They'll regrow their fruits eventually, and then you can come reharvest them. That's so cool. Wow. Oh, a termite mound. Dang, look at all this brown coal over here, though. I am just kind of wandering around. I'm just curious to explore this southern area. Ooh, a little bit of a sandstorm coming in. Whoa, look at this termite mound. Does it do anything? What happens? Break it. Am I gonna get attacked? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you can eat termites. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so if you're going through the desert and you're trying to get some protein, you're not having success finding animals, you can eat the termites. I love this cypress tree so much. I want to take it home with me. Can sunflowers drop like sunflower seeds to eat? I'll say growing. Like I know you can get sunflower seeds to plant, but can you get sunflower seeds to eat? If not, then is growing them just for visuals? It's just an aesthetic thing? God, this looks so pretty. Like slightly less saturated than normal. But we're just gonna keep heading more south just to see what's down here. It's a little adventure today. Ow, look at all this oak. I got mushrooms over here. I hear some sort of goat. Wow, it just got really, I've gotta eat. Everything got really lush all of a sudden. Pigs. Cypress, this is a new tree. I'm not here for your piglets. Go away. Is there another cypress? Yeah, there are more. Okay, let's see if we can get some seeds. What's that? Soybeans! Oh, yes! Oh, so cool! Oh, that's awesome. All right, I'm still trying to get a cypress tree seed. Bald cypress tree seed. They just don't have that many leaves to like break. Where was the air? Yeah, huge redwood tree. Huge. I'm not gonna chop that down. I have no reason to chop it down. Oh, there's a whole redwood forest. Getting so distracted. There's so many things I want to look at, and it's getting dark. Ooh, was that one? Oh yeah, we got one bald cypress seed. That's crazy. How many leaves you need to break? It's just they don't have that many leaves. Whoa, look! There's bauxite down here too. Okay. Look at that. Alright, so bauxite isn't directional, I guess. Can be found north or south. Alright, we're gonna go around this big mountain. Wondering if we can find some high fertility soil down here. I haven't stumbled across a merchant in a while, I'm realizing. Oh, I knew it. I knew as soon as I mentioned not finding a trader, I would find one. Oh, wow. Look, new flowers. Poppies. Oh, wait. Is we getting... no. I thought we were getting close to, like, a big body of water. We're getting close to a medium body. Ooh. Papyrus. I think this is just southern reeds, if I'm not mistaken. This is just reeds, but for south. Yeah. And they're still pretty. Like to bring some back to base. So it's really cool that the first place we ran into down here was very arid, and then we ran into a very... What is this? Then we ran into a very humid or lush, and now I think we're going back to arid. What is this? Soak in water to make it editable. I've never heard of this food. Useful vegetable can be added to starchy vegetable meals or dried, made in flour. Oh, it can be made in flour. Raw is toxic. To make it safe to eat, it must first be soaked in water for a day. Hint, use a barrel. The soaked must be peeled with a knife. Then it can be added. Once peeled, it must be used within a few hours or else it will start to dry out. When dried out, the only use is to be ground into flour. That's really interesting. We are starting to run low on inventory. All right, I think we've made it a pretty good distance. What I'm gonna do is head west a little bit and then start heading back up and just try to go around the other side of this mountain on the way back up. See what we can see. Because we're running low on inventory space, I need to make sure I'm eating. I need to be able to get back to drop some of this stuff off in further at base. A little mountain range though that I'm gonna have to get over. Get an acacia tree. I did. In Minecraft, acacia is like one of my favorite trees. I think the orange is really pretty, and I am interested to see what color the acacia wood is because we've only found the acacia leaves. We haven't actually seen an acacia tree. Ooh, here's some high fertility. Oh man, are we in a... Yeah, it's apocalyptic right now. Let's see if we can get much of this we can get before we get annoyed. Okay, I think that's all that was there. Alright, bye-bye! Fortunately, they were all tier 1 and we're wearing our chain armor, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. Dang, look at how big these oak trees are. This is insane! This bauxite and limestone. Look, are these all termite mounds? They are. Speaking of, let's go ahead and eat our termites. This is really pretty too. Green and gray are two of my favorite colors. I just really love this combo. Okay, yeah, look, you can get, it's called sunflower green, but you can get that. And then you can make sunflower bread. Alright, I'm playing around with some cheese-related recipes, and this seems like a pretty obvious one. Eggs and cheese. But it doesn't look like you can do eggs and... Oh, hold on. I thought I got parsnips and vegetables. I was going to try a couple other vegetables. Get some onions, see if we can do... like onion cheese, almost like a soup. No, can't add cheese to that. This, I don't have any other meats on me though. I don't have any other meats ready to go right now. We'll test this egg and cheese combo. Let's see how this does for us. I really wanted to pair it with cabbage because cabbage is such high saturation. I'm not seeing a way to do that. Ooh, I mean, this looks pretty good. 400 protein and 720 dairy. A couple of these up here to go ahead and use them to test them out. It's been decided. June is the last month that we're spending in the Serene Hermit world. I wanted to do a little base tour before the end of this world. I just started off here in the bedroom, which kind of turned into a hodgepodge of block experimentation. This is where it all started, this little room right here. We just had a nice little campfire in the corner. We had, a garden like closer to over here, but then we moved it once we got buckets. It was good. We have our storage sheds for a lot of really important items, especially early game. I mean, sticks and grass are still very important. I don't use peat quite as much anymore, but I am so happy with how the little storage sheds came out. So I do love that. And then the bigger storage area, this definitely got way too full once I started getting into chiseling and everything and playing with different block types. This is not big enough. I'm definitely considering, and I haven't 100% decided it yet, but for the next world, probably doing more underground storage like this. I really like how this started to shape up. It obviously never got to completely finish it, but I really like the way this looks and feels, and you can just kind of go through and sort everything really quickly. So definitely thinking more along the lines of something like this for a bigger storage. I did really enjoy having multiple greenhouses. Obviously, this is kind of I don't want to say like late game, but a later game thing. You definitely can't do 4 greenhouses right out of the gate, right? You need so much class to get this to work. But I did like having, 4 different sections. So I do think I'll do multiple greenhouses again in the future. Let's talk goats. I am grateful that we got these goats. And the experience that I've gotten to work with them. However, I think I would prefer bighorn sheep next time, if possible. Bighorn sheep, they do just kind of punch you in the gut sometimes, but they're not as flighty, and so it is a little bit easier to handle them. But I have very much enjoyed learning about cheese with these goats. Speaking of cheese, let's hop into the kitchen. I definitely think I want to include the kitchen and the bedroom, also like that first room that we were in, as like one bigger unit together next time, because it's like a living area and your eating area. I just think it would be really good to have them closer together. And then cellar, if we're doing underground storage for the storage room, cellar stuff would kind of go along with that. I do hope we get the opportunity to do cheese again. Very much enjoying experimenting with cheese. That has been fantastic. Love this. This is like my favorite thing. Just using these chutes to drop stuff into the crates. It's the best of both worlds. It's big storage, easy to throw stuff in, and then easy to take stuff out. I really do enjoy this setup. Would experiment with a different layout possibly, with maybe the crates up a level and then putting things in higher up. Not quite sure. I also am interested in playing with the Archimedes screw, because this allows you to send items upwards. So I don't know, maybe that would let you put them inside of a crate, inside of a chest right here beside the crate, and then it would go back, and then it would go up, over, and then flow down. I'm not sure. That's definitely something that I want to experiment with in the future. The museum. All right, I've been getting so many more ideas for this, okay? There's so much stuff that I want to display. Like, I'm just throwing things on the walls at this point, right? I got all these pots over here too. These are so pretty. I think I'm gonna have to do wings. next time. So like there's an entrance and then there's like a lore wing with the books and the scrolls and the tapestries down that way. And then a geological wing with all of the cool rocks and stuff. And then something like armory, something about that, like another wing to display the armor and the weapons and stuff. Not 100% sure what to call that, but I think that would be good. And that way things can be a little more cohesive, because right now it's just all over the place. Which, I mean, it's nice. It makes it homey, but I think it would be cool to have segmented areas. Tower, definitely doing a tower again. Love this. This is not the worst thing to do early game. Not terribly hard. It's great to put a lightning rod up there. I think I'd also want to do additional towers at the corner of the walls, because 100% doing walls again. Walls and moat. It's gotta happen. It's so helpful. It's just great. It's just makes your base so much safer. So definitely doing that again. So I definitely learned that distillery stuff takes up a ton of space. This needed to be its own building with like at least 2 levels, a basement for everything that's fermenting, and I don't know, something above for brewing. I don't know. There's so much stuff going on in here. This is a too small of a place for it. Now, bees, I don't think I have enough bees. I don't think I have enough bees. Okay, I think I need this to be like 2 to 4 of a similar size, and I would want to change the layout a little bit. So I've got 5 in each row. When you harvest them, it gives you 3 honeycomb. And to make the math a little easier, you can only stack them up to 8. So if you did, I don't know, I think you need, hold on, I got it. I can't math right now. It's too early. The sun is barely up. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Doing rows of 8. So I would want to do a row of 8. So you would harvest that, and that would give you 3 stacks of honeycomb. I think that would make it a little bit easier. Or maybe even not doing rows, a pod of 8. And you would harvest each pod at a time. Something like that, I think would be good. I do like having some up here so that never get harvested. I think this is super helpful. But yeah, next time I definitely want to increase the apiary size. Just while we're talking about animal husbandry, I'm gonna pop over here super quick. Chickens! Love chickens early game. Chickens are fantastic early game because you can get the eggs from them and you can get meat from them. So they're excellent, and they don't take too terribly long to grow up. So definitely like that. Definitely want to make a really cute hen house next time. Obviously at the beginning it's gonna look just gray walls, right? But once we get a little bit into it, I'm hoping to be able to look a little bit better. Pigs! I just love raising the pigs. They're pretty great. The new pigs in 1.22 look good as well. I'm excited to experiment with them. They look a little bit bigger, and they are, I think, a little more aggressive, at least from the limited testing that I've done so far. Yes, very excited about pigs. We'll definitely want to raise pigs again. A great source of protein. And then we'll move over to the smithing area. This is another one that just got way too cramped. This definitely needs like multiple levels. I don't think I've shown this, but I did move some bulk metals down here. So like bismuth, then zinc, and what is that? Nickel and lead. I moved down here just because there was so much of it. But yeah, like having these just over in the corner and then also around the side, there just needs to be more room. I was also putting the composting around it. I feel like they should have composting closer farming stuff. I don't have any built right now, but this is also where we had our bloomeries. So that worked out pretty great. I did like having the bloomeries right beside the smithy. Just think it needs to be bigger and probably 2 levels first. Like it's gonna have its own separate storage. And this is where we started out with the pit kilns and then graduated to a beehive kiln. No notes. Fantastic. And then the charcoal pit. I do really love above ground charcoal pits. Definitely going to keep doing that. I also really love having the top be made of glass so you can look in there and see what is going on and to make sure that everything is filled before you light it. Very great. Love it. Leatherworking, I love this where it's just got flowing water all the time. Definitely considering doing this again. I like having multiple barrels for each section and just kind of laid out where you kind of go around to each station. Keeping the oak logs in crates as well as the lime in crates, very helpful. And then for the dyeing and the dirty leather creation, this was really helpful, just writing out the recipes. So silly, but it's very helpful. And I did end up moving a lot of the materials into their own crates. Crates are just super helpful for bulk storage of things. I still don't know what the best use for these ceramic jugs are. I cannot find a good use for them. If somebody has a good use other than just aesthetics, please let me know. Before we head beyond the walls, we've already talked about the walls a little. Oh, need to eat. Already talked about the walls a little bit, but I just wanted to get another look off from them and just being able to look down and see everything. I might consider raising them up a little bit, be a little bit taller, but overall really like it. I like the lower slabs and then the little step up and then leaning against the walls. I think this is really great. I'm really pleased with this. Now let's talk about this monstrosity. So windmills are changing in 1.22. I won't get into too much of it, but one of the things I definitely want to do with windmills next time is space them out and make them just look a little bit better so everything's not clustered all together. It took me way too long to get a separate windmill for the corn. It needed to happen a lot sooner than it did. I mean, overall, I'm not terribly unhappy with the setup. I like having multiple helve hammers together. The pulverizer is great, like being able to feed into the pulverizer and the corn. This is fantastic. And then having storage underneath of it. Love it. So great. Definitely will be doing this again. Just a better layout and looking a little bit better. Next up, fruit trees. I need to start fruit tree planting sooner. I didn't really do it until the second year, which is year 1, because start counting the years at 0. This is too close. Too close. I have done a little bit of research, and some people will like put them down 1 block and put them like 4 or 5 apart. So we'll definitely be playing with that in the next world. I do love this, like just sectioning off an area to continuously harvest grass. More so as a reminder, like, hey, make sure you have enough grass before you go into winter, and you just have a set defined area to do that in. Love it. Also good to have a couple of fields out here that aren't that are not in the greenhouses, just for when things get too hot in the greenhouse. And then these berry fields, loving this too. I do know, huge overhaul with berries in 122. Interested to see how we can mimic this and to what extent. I definitely like the idea of berry fields. How feasible that's going to be, still not sure. And this is something I always do. Everybody should do this. Just make a field of cattails. It's just great. Okay, it's just gonna make your life so much easier. No other notes on that. Next, we'll take a quick look at our elk stable. Feel pretty happy with this. They've got nice open space, some room to roll. Not happy with the double doors. I'm wondering if I can do something different. Maybe I could have just left this space empty. And then that way I wouldn't hit my head when I walk through. Good elk. Not that. The tree farm I'm also still very happy with. I do like using pine trees just because they grow pretty tall. They're pretty good about dropping enough seeds when you shear them. And they just grow pretty well here. So I definitely think I'll continue to use them as my main firewood source. Oh look, the moat's still working. So good to have a moat, man. One final look from atop the tower. I don't think I mentioned, but when I do additional towers in the corners, I would want to do additional lightning rods. I did have one chicken who died from a lightning strike earlier there, so I guess this didn't quite cover all the way over there. But if I have them on multiple towers, like one in the center and then one on each corner, I think we should be pretty well covered. One more nice long look around the base from up here. Oh, I was playing with the cypress, the bald cypress trees, just seeing what they looked like barked. It is interesting. Their wood's like pretty pale. Yeah, that looks really neat. In digging up black coal, I did find another translocator. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some stuff for that. Last 3 temporal gears. And we're going to have this translocator send us off into our next world. This world has been fantastic. I very much enjoyed bringing you guys into this Serene Hermit world, even though about halfway through, I enjoyed sharing my journey. I'm excited to share my future journeys in the worlds to come. We've learned so much in Serene Hermit. Lots of science was had, lots of knowledge was gained, and I'm sure we will continue that trend in our future worlds. Let's hop in it.